My name's Jordan Spires. I lead our cloud alliances here at New Relic. I'm here joined by my colleague, Dane Miller.
Yeah, hi, I'm Dane Miller, and I work also on our Cloud Alliances team, helping with some of the technical integrations and marketing.
All right. Awesome. So they've tasked us to come up here and in 15 minutes talk about all the things New Relic does and all the integrations that we do with AWS and all the benefits we provide to the developer and engineering community. So if you're expecting to learn all of these things in 15 minutes, you're probably going to leave here disappointed. But the good news is we've got lots of resources to send you to and lots of ways we can still engage with you throughout this week. So we're going to give you a little bit of a teaser, a little bit of a greatest hits here over the next 15 minutes. Talk a little bit about observability, talk about some of the trends we're seeing out there, and then Dane will go a little more of a deeper dive of our actual product and integrations we have with AWS and successes we have today. Does that sound good? All right, so first of all, I want to give everyone just a real quick elevator pitch on New Relic. If you haven't heard of us before, we are an observability platform. Our mission really at New Relic is about changing traditional thinking for making our customers to make data-driven insights to drive business outcomes. That's really our goal that we're trying to instill and about empowering engineers to build better software and applications. And we do that all by very simply putting all of your data in one place at one predictable price. It's a purpose-built observability across end-to-end of your ecosystem with no host, no application left behind, no engineer without visibility. And it's really about driving observability at scale to really drive that scale for your business across end-to-end. Now, really quickly, before we get into these features and functionality of New Relic here, why observability? What are the objectives of observability? And it's really about giving yourself as the developer and operations visibility into the application and resources that we're doing today, right? Cloud journeys come in all shapes and sizes. They're completely different, ranging from customer to customer, but there's always going to be one constant when it comes to cloud journey, and that's going to be change. There's always going to be changes that are going to be happening in your instances, in your infrastructure, and observability is really what is going to provide that data, going to provide that insight to give you the confidence to make code changes, to make infrastructure deployments, that you can get in front of these changes as they come up so that you're not going to have downtimes, right? And you're not going to have any major issues that your boss will be yelling to you about, or worse, your customers. And that really is what we're trying to deliver here, is troubleshooting in real time, really improving that customer experience and building highly resilient apps from an operational side to driving business outcomes. But the landscape is changing today when we think about transformations. Gone are the days of just straight lifts and shifts. That just doesn't exist anymore. People care about really driving that modernization. Sorry, my mic is in here. Okay, sorry about that. There's no one size fit all. It's about that modern transformation that we need to be driving for our customers there. And there are many treatment plans that can be applied, but how do customers rationalize their estate and make the right decisions? And how do customers maintain this visibility across their workloads once modernized? Right here. One more here. There we go. And it's quite simple. Really, the decision making needs to start early. Customers need an accurate assessment of their estates as early as possible, and really thinking about that end-to-end journey and really identifying that landscape across their ecosystem through their cloud journey, right? Define the end state of the journey for the application and think about where they're going to be going from that time moving forward. And it's really about de-risking migration, de-risking operation in the cloud, and modernizing applications. And so I just wanted to give you a little bit of kind of top-level thought leadership there around why observability, what are some of the challenges people are facing today, and what we're really trying to solve here at New Relic. So now I want to bring it over to my colleague Dane here, who's going to actually get into the specifics here of what we actually are able to offer for you guys. So
thanks, Jordan.
Over for you.
Everybody can hear me? Great. So my history, I come from a long line of system administration jobs, data center administration, building, security-related type things. And whenever we had an error, sometimes that was really easy to track down, right? There might be a red blinking light, there might be a disconnected Ethernet cable, maybe there's no light at all, no power to a particular rack or server. Maybe a failed hard drive, but more or less, at least from an infrastructure standpoint, it was easy to track down where those errors were occurring. Now, applications could be a little more complex, and we had various toolings to determine that. And New Relic has always played well in that space. We have our AutoMap dashboard, which has been really good at identifying not only where an error is occurring, but when it has occurred, which is, arguably pretty important. But as you're migrating to the cloud, you no longer own the infrastructure, you no longer have a data center where you can go look at things, and you're expanding to a greater set of more complex services. Those might be containerized, those might be truly dynamic Lambda, on-demand functions. And so the AutoMap feature really becomes even more important because you can actually get a relationship mapping and see both downstream and upstream effects of whatever's going on. Now keep in mind, this is built dynamically based on both relationships that you establish and traffic flows that we determine. So you don't have to worry if you're auto-scaling your EC2 instances and some spin up for a while and then they go away never to be seen again. And so you can't do forensics on those. We've already captured what was going on during the point in time when those were running and really displayed it for easy access. As customers are migrating to the cloud, it's rarely a fast process, right? There's going to be an extended period of coexistence, and many of our customers choose to permanently have an on-prem footprint as well. There may be shop floor applications, laboratory things, a number of reasons they may have a hybrid approach. Well, New Relic is particularly well positioned because we have both an on-prem solution and a cloud solution, unlike some of the other observability platforms out there. So we can actually see side-by-side comparisons of what is going on during your entire migration process. You can get a feel for what your utilization and availability is, both in your local data center and your cloud environment. This can inform decisions about wave migration, about bursting to cloud when that might make sense, and just about if some of the assumptions you've made about your migration planning are actually holding water. Are we more reliable? Are we getting greater uptime? Are we getting more responsiveness as we move to the cloud? Similarly, we can look at actual performance and utilization in both cases. And I find it really interesting that you can look at this with two different lenses. In this particular example, for instance, we see that the on-premise CPU utilization is at 99.8%. We can all agree that's really well saturated. Obviously, the infrastructure is underbuilt. And the cloud is showing 56% utilization. So you might say, hey, great, we're not anywhere close to capacity. Or you can look at it from the other side and say, hey, we built almost double what we needed in the cloud, and we're probably spending money we don't need to be spending, so let's scale that back a little bit. So maybe we're only at 1.3x what our average run rate is or something. And that's going to be very independent or very dependent on your particular application and set of services. So how can we speak authoritatively about our own observability platform in AWS? Well, we're one of our own best customers. A couple of years ago, we were running into scalability solutions in our own data center, and so we underwent a process. It took about 8 months to do the bulk of the migration, and we migrated up to AWS. During that time, we became one of the top 3 users of the managed Kafka service on AWS, and one of the top 5 users of EKS and also SQS. So we are a great customer of AWS, and we use our own product on AWS to track our own availability for customers. If we're not available, we can't service you. Also, because we're able to roll out new features faster and immediately determine where there might be problems, we're benefiting everyone, including ourselves, by being able to get new features to market that much faster. This is a brief list of the integrations we have with AWS, the technical integrations. This is slightly misleading because we do integrate with CloudWatch metric streams. So if you're using CloudWatch, we automatically can get data from metric streams. We used to have an old polling mechanism, not super efficient. Now we get it straight from the fire hose. I want to talk about 2 specific things here, though. The AWS Lambda extension is particularly interesting because that does not depend on CloudWatch if you don't want it to. We can send information, data directly from your Lambda functions to New Relic, bypassing CloudWatch in the meantime. So if you don't want that expense, you don't want that complexity, we can get the data directly. Another one, which is not actually listed on here because it was just announced last night, is our new Cloud Optimizer integration. We provide real-time memory metrics to Cloud Optimizer, to AWS's own Cloud Optimizer, so that it can make more accurate predictions about the best way to optimize your cloud infrastructure spend. And so that's an exciting new thing. And look for more integrations as we go forward here. We're constantly announcing them. There's a What's New page on the New Relic website, and we have a constant list of what's being added. Thanks.
Great. Awesome. Thank you, Dane. All good stuff. Before we send you off, I think there's one other message we want to instill out there for our customers, for the developers out there when you think about New Relic. I think one big theme we've really seen that we're learning about through reInvent right now is the importance of partnerships. And when we think about customer success, we really rely on our partnerships. We're actually partner obsessed to drive that customer success there. Obviously, we're tied to the hip with all things AWS. You see it from all the competencies we have, the integrations that we have, but we also heavily rely on our partner ecosystem out there that really truly works with our customers to understand the issues that they're dealing with today, and that we can jointly solve a problem. This goes from other ISV partners to consulting partners to solution providers, and we just consistently want to be making sure that we're working with your partners to drive the best results to drive your success moving forward. So we did it. We crammed in quite a bit there within about 14 minutes. So as I stated in the beginning, we really just barely scratched the surface of all the things that New Relic offers today. And so if you want to learn more about what we offer, we have our booth. It's booth number 247, if that means anything to anyone in this huge expo area. It's really about directly back that way. It's right next to the Riot Games, which is actually a customer of ours, so we're excited to be next to them. The Riot Games booth. Come by our booth. We've got solution consultants there that can go walk you through demos, answer any questions. We got some really cool swag. We're actually giving away daily prizes for like smart sunglasses and some cool Legos and things like that. Come by, chat it up with us. We'd love to learn more about your company and what we can do for you. We also have a breakfast tomorrow morning that we're hosting. It's at the Canaletto. It's going to be, which is here in the Venetian at the in the canal kind of main square area, so just up here. The Canaletto from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. We're actually going to be having a panel there with McDonald's. They won't be serving McDonald's for breakfast, but we'll have McDonald's as their customer with our partner Cloud EQ doing a panel around our customer success. And then we're actually going to be live streaming the keynote right afterwards too. So if you don't feel like cramming into the keynote booth, you want to come hang out, have some breakfast with us, we'd love to chat with you. You can speak with some of our partners as well. Come by and swing by. Besides that, if you want to learn more about New Relic, you can go to newrelic.com/AWS. You can also sign up for free. Go to newrelic.com. You can sign up for free. It's not even a free trial. It's just really up to a certain data threshold. You can use New Relic for free forever as well. So check us out, play around with everything. And again, thank you so much for coming by. We know there's a lot going on right now, so we appreciate you taking the time and speak with us. Have a good day, everyone.